Hi, John. Thanks for coming in. I thought we'd take a little time to talk about the results of the tests that you took last time you were with me. Before we talk about the tests, I'd just like to ask you a little bit about how you're feeling right now. When we last talked, you were feeling fairly distressed, and I'm wondering if that's still the case. A little better? Okay. Well, if you're feeling up to it, I'd like to go ahead and talk about the results of these tests. As you know, we took a test, you took a test on depression, one on hopelessness, one on anxiety, and one on suicidal behaviors. And the results came back somewhat mixed. For the depression index, you came back with a severe indication. You tested actually in the 99th percentile. For anxiety, you tested in the moderate range at the 95.8 percentile, which is still a fairly high percentile. And for the hopelessness scale, you tested at the 97th percentile. Again, that's in the moderate range, but fairly significant. When you put the three of those together, it presents a portrait of a person who's in severe distress. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Are you still okay to go on? Okay. Well, the one, I would say, conflicting bit of news is that you tested very low on the suicidal ideation test. The score was actually only 2, and so that didn't even register in the range of severity. But there were some conflicting results, and I think we need to clarify that before we go on. When you took the Beck Depression Inventory, there was an item on there that you endorsed, and the item stated, "I would kill myself if I had a chance." Now, in the suicidal ideation test, there were a number of items that were very similar to that, to which you responded false, and therefore this presents something of a conflict. I'd like to know how you're feeling about that item right now, John. And please understand, I'm sensitive to the seriousness of these feelings, and I'm sensitive to the implications of making these statements. I still need to know how you were feeling about that item. Okay, so you're not feeling like you would like to kill yourself. Okay, you're not having any suicidal thoughts. You have not planned on anything. Okay. Well, given that, I'd like to re-administer the tests and see whether or not we can clarify some of these inconsistencies and see whether the results of the second administration confirm or present a different picture. And we'll do that before you leave today, if that's okay with you. And once we're done with those tests, it'll take me a while to score them. I'd like to have you back tomorrow so that we can talk about them. Do you have anyone that you're close to with whom you might be able to stay for a while? Okay. Maybe we can give that person a call. I think it would be good, given the level of distress that you've been under, that you have someone that you can be with that you trust and would be able to be with in an immediate situation. I'd also like to make a referral to you to Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones is a psychiatrist with whom I've worked for many years, and he may be able to talk to you about what's going on with you and see whether or not some of the things that you're feeling are actually physiological. He may be able to prescribe some things that will help you moderate and reduce some of the feelings that you're going through. So if you're okay with that, I'd like to set up a meeting for you with Dr. Jones. Finally, before we take the test, I'm going to give you my cell phone number, and I want you to promise me that in the event that you do start having feelings of suicide or self-harm, that you call me right away, and I mean any time, okay? And I want you to make sure that you do that. All right, so here, before I take you into the testing room, let's set up an appointment for tomorrow. We'll come in tomorrow morning if that's okay with you. And we'll discuss the results of the second battery of tests And then we'll set up a plan for how we're going to go about dealing with the level of feelings that you've been having. I'd like to have a treatment team that consists of myself, and I will be working with you in at least weekly sessions so that we can start working through some of the difficulties that you've been having. And then I would like Dr. Jones to be a part of the team as well. And Dr. Jones will be someone with whom I consult and someone that you will meet with to see whether or not we can get things stabilized through medication if that's indicated. All right? Okay, John, let's go back and take those tests. Thanks.